Right. The only thing that seems to be consistent about the messaging on this is the shame and the heavy-handed nature and the top-down nature by which they want to implement it. And, you know, going back to the situation at the White House with President Biden, you know, they do have a new intern there. You guys may have seen this intern at the White House. His name is Benny Z. Maybe he could have, or Benny Drama, Gen Z TikTok influencer. Maybe he could have put up some signs to direct people around the White House. But here is a clip that the White House released of Benny Drama pushing for vaccines.
Hi, my name is Cooper, and this is a day in my life as a White House intern.
Hey, Jenny. I booked you a nail appointment, love.
Yeah, I didn't tell you to do that.
It's called Initiative.
Is Olivia Rodrigo still here?
No. We've come a long way in our fight against this virus. We've vaccinated 160 million Americans. Are you getting this all down?
Don't worry, Queen. It's all right here.
If anyone's skeptical out there, TW, about getting vaccinated, you think this is going to move the needle, change anyone's opinion?
Yeah, absolutely not. I mean, they've made a complete mockery and spectacle of the White House. I think it's shameful. But, you know, this is just more of the same from this administration. You've got Kamala Harris, who is MIA at the border. You've got Joe Biden, who's in bed by 6, seldom travels. I mean, you know, Jen Psaki is frankly the face of the White House right now. And when she engages in this type of behavior with, you know, people who basically are jesters, you know, making fun of light of something as serious as the pandemic, I think it speaks to a real, you know, void in leadership that's coming out of the White House right now. And again, like I said earlier, our enemies are watching. Make no doubt about it. China and Russia are paying attention to how we're governing right now. And this is not a good look for America. We're better than this. We can do better than this. And even the intern program out of the White House, I'm a former elected official, and I will tell you the PAGE program in our state, we had the top students. We didn't have people running around who were, you know, interested in making videos and making light of such a serious subject. I think it's shameful, and I think they should really rethink the message that they're communicating to Americans through this type of messaging.
It is a little discordant because, Ian, at once, you know, things are so bad that Joe Biden could be talking about, you know, balling up the Constitution and throwing in a wastebasket for a nationwide mask mandate. But at the same time, we can have, you know, TikTok influencers messing around with Jen Psaki at the White House, making light of the situation.
Yeah, and I go back to TW's earlier point in your question to him. Who exactly is going to go out and get the vaccine after watching this? I mean, what demographic is not getting the vaccine where, you know, this video is going to say, oh, you know what, if he's doing it, then maybe it's a good idea for me to do it too. That's not going to happen. I mean, frankly, you get a lot of people that will object to getting a vaccine or being forced to get a vaccine for a variety of reasons. Whatever that may be, that video is not going to do anything to change that fact. In fact, it just creates more mixed messages that, as you said, you've got President Biden talking about testing the Constitution with a mask mandate, right. And then you've got TikTok influencers walking around in the White House making light of it, which serves really no purpose at all other than, quite frankly, to try and get some earned media.
Right, and I think they're trying to bypass parents in this whole conversation because, you know, there are adults who are vaccinated now. Not all kids are able to be vaccinated. Kids 12 and younger are not quite eligible to be vaccinated yet. So, you know, this is obviously a push for young people to get vaccinated, and the White House wants to reach them directly through TikTok and go around their parents. And I think, you know, Ian, you might have an issue with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that this goes more to what we've been seeing in the schools throughout the country where, you know, school systems, public school systems run by the government basically want to co-parent with the parents. They want to be able to make the decisions and you know, tell kids what to do, what to think. And if parents have a different objection, whether it's religious based, whether it's scientific based, that's not going to be good enough. This is what the government wants you to do, and they're going to go around the parents every single step of the way.
Yep, and they have pre-K 3 and pre-K 4 as part of the $3.5 trillion soft infrastructure package. You know, they do. They want to raise your kids from the cradle to the grave, TW.
John, I might also add, you know, the idea that they're targeting young people on TikTok, the data doesn't suggest that that's where we have a hole in people getting vaccinated. Where we have a deficit is with minorities like African Americans and Hispanics, where we've got some 70% of African Americans who are not vaccinated. That seems to me would be a much more logical target than this gentleman who's clearly, you know, speaking a much different language that I don't think is going to appeal to any African American or Latin American or any American for that you know matter. I think it's a real missed opportunity by this White House. But again, the question begins to be asked: who's in charge at the White House? If Joe Biden's in bed by 6, we can't get, Vice President Harris to show up at the border, and, Jen Psaki's hanging out with TikTokers. I mean, it's a very scary situation.
I think you hit on it, TW. I mean, the public opinion polls for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are in the tank, and the most recognizable person at the White House, other than those two, is Jen Psaki. And I think that's why, they're pushing her out there. She's doing that. She's also in Vogue magazine talking about how she doesn't like to be called nice. Oh well, Jen Psaki, I guess don't call her nice because she doesn't like it. Guys, great to see you both.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.